morning. Best day ever. Well, welcome to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, where we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love, where all we ask is that you stay completely open to changing your life by changing your mind. Welcome home. Well, it's official. I am here. I am Valerie Reeves. I am your spiritual director. It's my honor, my pleasure, and I'm knowing all together we're going to do some wonderful things. And my first order of service was changing a couple things up in the order of service. And so we are going to put hugs and handshakes at the end of service. But what we would like to do is have everybody sing with the choir in community. So let's all stand for, what song are we singing?
One Big Family.
One Big Family, yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Caruth, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living in our beautiful community of Apple Valley, California. Here's our opening affirmation, and we are going to read that together. And I believe, is it up on the screens yet? Okay. Oh, today, sorry, I'm out of order. Today's affirmation, do an affirmation? Okay. Sorry. Today's affirmation is, and I will read it once, and then you may read it twice afterwards. The first time I'm going to read it by myself. So today's affirmation: I claim freedom and my good right here, right now. Now everyone with me. I claim freedom and my good right here, right now. Again. I claim freedom and my good right here, right now. So it is. So I'm trying to. Okay. I don't even see the affirmation on here. So,
New people.
we're as you know, we are an all-inclusive center of love, where we recognize and celebrate each person as uniquely divine. We view each individual as an expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we teach and embody the science of mind principles that support our core values, which are love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Thank you for being here and welcome home. And thank you for everyone who's joining us online, and we hope you come back soon because we miss you out there in TV land. And I want to say hello. If you would like to say hello in the chat box, if you're watching us online, let us know where you're watching from, and we can connect with you. I want to give a huge thank you to Nick in our audiovisual department for everything that he has done to help us have a wonderful service. It's really a big job that he performs for us, and we just couldn't do it without him. So thank you, Nick, for helping us, for providing us with the live streaming on YouTube. Now I invite everyone to please join me in reading our opening community affirmation. It's in your program on the left side and also up on the monitors as well. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience. And so it is. If you're joining us for the first time, a very special welcome to you, and if you feel comfortable, would you please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you? Is there anyone here for the first time? Nobody here for the first time. Do I see a hand up?
Right back there.
Rebecca? Okay, thank you for coming today. I want to say hello to all of you and welcome. Welcome to our center, which will be your center hopefully soon. If you don't already have a welcome packet, you can pick up one at the welcome table to the right as you exit the sanctuary doors. All the ways that you connect with us, what are our center, are found on the back of your program. So take it home with you and keep it handy. And you can connect with our office during the week if you have any questions at all. We also have a texting service that sends out announcements and inspirational messages. There's no cost to sign up for that. So I welcome you to join us on the texting service. The number is on the back of your program. We have current events happening at our center, and they can be found at the concierge table online through our Google Calendar, as well as the Meetup app and our social media platforms, which are all updated regularly. So check back often, because we're always adding new and exciting opportunities here at High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. We have a potluck on the first Sunday of every month, and there's our slide. We have a potluck today, right after service, and we want to thank everyone who brought something for us to share. We ask that you please list all the ingredients due to food allergies, sensitivities, and dietary restrictions and/or preferences. If you didn't label the item that you brought yet, there are people in the kitchen who can help you label those items. And thank you for your participation and your cooperation in those matters. Speaking of birthdays, who here has a birthday in the month of February? Anybody? Wow. Our practitioner, Lori, is going to be bringing you a gift to use from our practitioner team. And Chris, would you like to lead us in happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Thank you. Today, after our potluck, we have our Conscious Conversations gathering with Tina from the Rainbow Alliance. Tina, could you raise your hand for us? There's Tina in the back. So that'll be beginning at 11:30. All are always welcome to join. There's another slide tomorrow morning on Monday the 5th. We are having our women's group at 10:30. This is a drop-in meeting of love offering donations. All women are welcome to attend. This group meeting happens every other Monday. Another slide, we have February 7th. We're having a shamanic drum circle with practitioner Janet Amby. Is Janet Amby here today? Okay, great. There's Janet. There, thank you, Janet. The doors open at 6:45 and she begins right at 7 o'clock. The participation fee is $10. And the next slide, we have February 10th. We are having a leadership meeting, which is going to be hosted by Reverend Valerie, our new Reverend for our center, and the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living leadership team. Where all are welcome to join, or anybody can come. It's open to all. This is an in-person meeting right here in our social hall from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is this coming Saturday, the 7th of February. We also have February 11th is our Valentine's themed Sunday, so you're welcome to join the fun by wearing clothes and colors of pink and red and even white. And everyone is welcome to bring Valentine themed treats to share for our fellowship. The next slide is Sunday, February 18th. We are having our monthly board meeting right after service. During that meeting, we will be serving pizza and salad for those who choose to join us. Next slide, we are having a very exciting fundraiser event coming up very soon. It is happening Saturday, February 24th at 4:30. Join us for a night of illusion, wonder, and pure enlightenment. It's entertainment with the mentalist James Knight. So this is something we've never had before at our center, and we're really looking forward to it. Has anyone already bought tickets? Raise your hand if you have. Great, I see a lot of hands up, great. And the tickets are on sale right now at the bookstore, $15 for one person, $25 per couple. All are welcome to, are all welcome, so you can invite your friends, your family, and anybody you know who might want to come to this great community event. It's a really special fundraising event for our center in particular, so we're really trying to promote it, and we want you all to come. There are flyers in the garden room, and you can find the event on Facebook to share as well. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. That'll be great. Another slide we are thrilled to be bringing back our youth department. Yay, our youth department. Just lost my spot for a second. Okay, youth department. We're welcoming families to join us again on Sundays. With that being said, we are actively seeking assistance for our youth program. If you're interested, please see Reverend Valerie after service in the youth department area. On the next slide, as a reminder, every Thursday from 2:30 to 4, we are having our Good Grief group gathering. See Lori or Angie if you have any questions. They have a special theme for the month of February on the topic of forgiveness. There's always lots going on here, and we're glad you joined us today. Now I would like to welcome our practitioner of the day, Lori Smith.
Thank you, Emily. So please join me as we affirm today, reading once, and then you can join with me in 2 times. Oh, we already did that. Oh, we can do it again. Shall we do it again? Just one more time. Just one more time together. I claim freedom and my good right here, right now. And so it is. Now it's time to read Ernest Holmes' promises together. They are on the front page of your program and also up on the monitor. I keep the promise that I made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now a little bit of contemplation time. Relax, breathe, and enjoy the moment.
Love is all there is. I am one with the Spirit. Realize the truth, and I speak it. I am thankful for it all. I release it, I let it go, and so it is. So it is. I believe. Amen. God is all there is. I am one with the Spirit. I realize the truth, and I speak it. I am thankful for it all, and I release it, let it go. And so it is. And so it is. I know it is. And I receive as I believe. Amen.
And now it is time for the lighting of the flames of faith. And Ellison will join me. The flames of faith. We perform the flames of faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as Alison lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. So let's take this moment now, and I invite you to close your eyes as we move within. I acknowledge my source, this one life, this infinite and universal intelligence, first cause. It's the allness of life. It is spirit, it is joy, it is peace, and above all, it is love. And I am one with it. I receive as I believe. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, stated that it is done unto you as you believe. So in this moment, I accept all of God's good gifts. I open my heart and my mind to the infinite possibilities of this life. There is nothing and nowhere that this spirit is not. So I have access to it at all times, everywhere, always. Knowing this, I give great thanks for this service, for all who make it possible, the volunteers, your board of trustees, and your practitioners. May they be lifted up in support of you with love, kindness, and understanding. And let us bless Reverend Valerie and her message today. May it speak to you, for you, through you, as you. Let love guide the way. So I release this word. It is done. It is good. It is God. And I know this to be so. And together we say, and so it is. And now please welcome our Reverend Valerie Reeves.
Thank you. Thanks, Lori. Thank you to all of you for being here. And did you notice that the beautiful Joyce Lindsay has been in the house? Look at these flowers. I hadn't seen Joyce for about 7 years, and then she showed up this last week and brought us new, beautiful flowers. So thank you, Joyce. Thank you. I know she's watching from home, and the others that are watching from home. Thank you. Thank you. So I am knowing this is the best day ever. Are you ready to create a life that just works for you? Yes. Yes. The last 4 weeks, we've talked about the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook, which is a wonderful book on how to allow your life to be. Because if we want all the good, then there are certain laws in the universe. So we studied the first 4 chapters, the thing itself, which is God, spirit, energy, call it what you will. And because of the upbringing that I had, the word God was like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. So it took a long time for me to be able to say that. And there may be some of you that have experienced that. So call it what you will, but it's an energy back of everything that flows through each one of us. We talked about the way it works. It works by working through us, which means that we have to get rid of some of the stuff that we've told ourselves that doesn't work. The thing itself, the way it works, what it does. It creates a life that we absolutely love. And how to use it? We use it by getting our, as Emerson would say, our bloated nothingness out of the way and allowing spirit to guide and direct us. So there are laws in life that we know about. I know the law of gravity. Anybody else know that one? The law of gravity. If I have something, I let it go, and it's going to go to the ground just like it will for anyone else. We also talk about the law of reciprocity. Whatever we give comes back. The law just works in a wonderful way. Also, the law of attraction. We're like magnets, and we attract to us that which we are choosing and what we are focusing on. We move in the direction of our most dominant thoughts, so we definitely want our dominant thoughts to be good and loving and kind about ourselves and about the world around us. To create a world that works for everyone, let's be conscious of what we're thinking about and what we're vibrating at. What level are we vibrating at? The law of cause and effect. What I put out comes back. Oh my gosh, there's just so much with that. law of cause and effect. If I'm putting out good stuff, it's coming back. The universe is always saying yes. And so if I'm pointing that way, the universe thinks I'm always talking about myself. It's really interesting. The subconscious mind, which is responsible for all bodily functions, it breathes us. It is that energy that flows through us. And the subconscious mind listens to the conscious mind. So every thought, every belief, every word we're thinking about goes into the subconscious mind. I always think of the tally sheet. 100 good thoughts and 1,000 negative thoughts. Well, probably I'm going to be at about 500 negative. So I want to make sure that in the fertile soil of my mind, I'm putting good, positive thoughts. And yet there's a little bit more than that. There's the power of our own belief. So remember when you were a kid, and it might have been a long time ago for some people and just yesterday for a few of us, right? And we maybe got some of that plaster of Paris, and you put your hand in it, and it'd make a mold. And the plaster of Paris is like the law. Whatever we're putting into it is what we're getting back. So we can't put our hand in the plaster of Paris and say, I wanted a pony, right? It's going to give us what we put into it. So we want to be very mindful of what we're putting into it. We want to put exactly what it is that we're wanting, and then allowing good. Now, we can do affirmations all day long, and I always say affirmations start stirring up the energy. It's kind of like when you're cleaning your closet. It's going to get a little messier before it gets cleaner, right? Because it's digging up all of that old stuff and all the things that maybe we told ourselves for years and years and years. And now we get to allow good. One of the things I keep reflecting on is that this is just really a great theory unless we put it into practice. So making sure that we're putting into practice by meditating, by knowing that we're worthy, and by trusting and believing. So my friend Dr. Chris Michaels came up with this ICOT. It's an acronym for imagination, communication, open, and trust. So first, having the imagination and knowing that all things are possible through spirit. Jesus says this in the Bible. It's told to us. Ernest Holmes talks about it. It is a proven fact that our imagination sets into motion something. Our thoughts are things. And so as we're putting those out there, we get to be in that allowing space. Imagination. Can you imagine that? I remember the first workshop I ever did. I had my sister who is a great metaphysician. I'm like, what would be really fun is you walk down the aisle like Cinderella and sing, "It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage." It's possible. Now, it could be possible if we could believe it with every cell in our beings, because I've seen impossible things happen. It's possible. And with our limited thinking, sometimes we think, oh, I can only do this. And, we get in the habit of thinking that I only have this much of money coming in. What if we imagined that there was more? What if instead of getting into that, we get into the what if thinking? What if my bill is too high? What if all of this tragedy in the universe happens? And I like to bring it back to now, the power of now, where we're right here, right now. Everything is good. We're in a beautiful space with loving people. We've got heat. I heard it kick on. We've got heat. We've got shelter. We're breathing in the fullness of life. So we have everything we need right here, right now. Part of the issue is that we awfulize the future, or we slow ourselves down by looking in that rear view mirror. It's like the GPS, right? It never says, where have you been? It only says, where are you and where are you going? So we're right here, right now. So where do I want to go? Let me get really clear about that. Let me set my intention in that law, in the plaster of Paris. Let me set my intention and let me know that all things are possible. And then go into the beautiful space of that creative intelligence and use my imagination to let whatever bubble up. And I can just say yes, yes, yes to it. Good things are flowing. The next one is commitment. Am I committed to my good? Because many times, maybe I've got my good over here and I'm looking at that, And I'm not committed to it because I am afraid I can't do it. We throw our dreams in the closet. We put them under the bed. We put them out of our mind because it's like, oh, it's just not possible. But what if it was? What if it was? And I'm knowing it is. It's just getting in that vibration, that loving space of saying, you know what, this is real for me, and acting as if already. So imagination, commitment to yourself, to love yourself, to honor yourself, to cherish yourself, and to honor your dreams. And then we have being open to allowing our good. Have you ever had so much good that you're like, no more, too much? No? And some of us on some level may have this feeling that I'm not deserving, I'm not worthy. I tell you, I've had times where I just felt like I wasn't worthy of all of that good. A few years ago on my birthday, my youngest son showed up at my door. He just kind of barged in, and he was Zooming on the phone, but he also had another phone that he was videotaping with, and he's like, Mom, we have a birthday present, and all 4 of my children were on the phone. We have a birthday present for you. They had bought me a Abraham Hicks cruise, so to the Caribbean, and everything that goes with it, including unlimited drinks, so that was fun. But it was almost so much good. I just, it's like, how do you handle all of that energy? Because it was something I was really wanting and choosing, and knowing that I was going to go on a cruise with Abraham Hicks, and if you're not aware of that, it's law of attraction. So I got to go on a beautiful 7-day cruise, a room of my own, a suite, and beautiful, wonderful people. It's just like Centers for Spiritual Living. When we show up there, it's people of like mind. Same thing with Abraham Hicks. It's like people of like mind. So we all already know each other and we love each other and we're all speaking the same language. So being in that space, it's almost like I'm not worthy, and yet, of course, we're worthy. And so getting in that space and taking time every day to be open to allow the good. What would you do if somebody handed you $1 million? What would you do if somebody gave you something that's bigger than you could even imagine? We have to make ourselves open, allow the good, make it welcome, and just be at that gratitude space. I am so grateful. And knowing that good things just keep showing up. So we have our imagination, we're committed to ourselves, we're open to the good, and then we trust Spirit. So let me put this thought in there, and I'm going to trust and know. And I know I've mentioned it before, but when we place those Amazon orders, we just know it's going to show up, right? It's the same thing with Spirit. Let me put in my order to the universe. Let me know that I'm worthy. Let me commit to myself to opening up that goodness. And if there's a part of me that doesn't forgive myself, that's maybe blocking my flow, that's judging other people, which is blocking my flow, that's not forgiving other people, that's blocking my flow, let me get rid of that. Let me know there's only one. There's only one. We're all connected. And so I want the same good for you as I want for me. And there may be some people in our lives that's like, yeah, but they don't deserve good. Whoops, right? There's only one. There's only one. And if we're seeing things out there that we're not loving, it's like, Spirit, if I can see it out there somewhere in me, it is prevalent. Let me clean that up in me. Let me rise up to a different vibration. Let me love myself to the next level as I love the universe and every person to the next level. I do want to go back to because every time I think of this, I just think it was brilliance. Watching the Barbie movie, and all the Kens were fighting, and she said, they just don't know who they are. They're fighting because they don't know who they are. Where if everyone in the world knew on a deep level the magnificence and the divinity and the beauty and the brilliance of who they are, and that we're all connected, that if we're hurting something out there, it's really hurting us. So it's not hurting anyone out there, it's really just hurting us. So being in that space of love, and knowing who we are, and accepting who we are just as we are and just as we aren't. I could stand here and say, boy, I wish I was, 5'11". That would just make, because My chiropractor told me I'm not overweight, I'm just under tall. So, what are you going to do with that? Well, stretch me. Let's make me taller. So loving ourselves just as we are and just as we aren't, and knowing that other people in our lives and in the world are all divine expressions of oneness. And if I can spot it, I got it. Let me see the good in others so I can resonate with that good that's within me. Sir Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "Greatness is not in where we stand, but in what direction we are moving. We must sail sometimes with the wind and sometimes against the wind. But sail we must, and not drift, nor lie anchor." I cannot even tell you how many times I was like I want to say a ship on the ocean, but more like a little boat that did not set a course. And you just let the waves of life throw you here and throw you there, and we'll just see what happens. Well, I don't want to just see what happens. Let me set a clear intention. Let me chart a clear course. Let me sail with the winds. And if the winds are taking me in the wrong direction, let me move in the direction of my dreams. Let me know that Spirit's got my back and that the universe is conspiring for our highest and best always, always, always. Ernest Holmes says this: "The sum total of all our thought, will, purpose, and belief creates a tendency in the law that causes it to react to us according to the sum total of that belief." We end up with habits, and I know there's some great books out there, Atomic Habits, and all the change your thinking, change your life, change your thoughts, change your world. Anything that we can do to center our heart around new growth experiences that will love us to the next level. Chart our course, love ourselves, be aware of the tendencies. Because I notice with certain people that I talk to, my tendency is to whine and complain with them. Anybody else got that? It's like, okay, this relationship is like this, and this relationship is like this. So we may have to rise up to a different conversation. And be aware of the conversation that's happening. Are we talking about lack and limitation? I love my sister, and I had to call her out on it because she retired from teaching after 25 years, and her husband retired. And she started complaining about, we're retired now, so we have limited income. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. That is not true. It's not true, because the universe, God, that infinite intelligence is the source of our supply. In fact, back in the day, I feel like all of us that were doing checks had on the bottom of our checks, right where we sign it, that says, "God is the source of my supply. Freely I give, freely I receive." Because it keeps that reciprocity. Where if I just keep holding on to everything that I have, there's no energy flow. It's like stagnant water. So let me be in that beautiful law of reciprocity. Blessing my bills when they come in and say, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad I have water, glad I have heat, glad I have shelter." And I'm knowing that there's more and more good happening. And if I'm in that space where we get into the scarcity, or if we break that word apart, scare city, let me go to that space of imagining. Let me go to that space of a beautiful vibration, uplifting, and let me visualize good coming to me. It's like in the book Siddhartha, which is the Buddha, where he had to go down to the town and he had to sit or go around and ask people for money because they didn't give him any money for housing or for food. And so he went down and he's like, "I'm not going to ask anyone. I'm going to sit under the Bodhi tree and I'm going to be a vibration of love, and people will just bring to me the goodness, and the goodness will flow." And so as he's emanating love out into the world, and the person that had to watch him on his task is like, "Well, we need shelter, we're gonna need shelter, we're gonna need shelter." And he's like, "Trust, know that it's happening," as he sat under the Bodhi tree, emanating love to everyone. And people would come. "Do you need a place to stay? Come. We have some warm food. We have a beautiful place for you to stay." People offered up. So being in that space, if I'm not having it right here, right now, let me go to that space of love and vibration. I remember Michael Beckwith, when he was first doing his church, Agape, And that was before he was on The Secret. But he had his board members, they stayed in a room for almost 12 hours, visualizing abundance and prosperity, visualizing his vision. It's like, let's all get on the same page and visualize that until we can all be at that vibration. And when they all felt satisfied that they were at that vision, that they were all in that oneness, that they could see and feel, and the energy and the vibration was just uplifting, that's when they ended the meeting. And they grew and grew and grew into a wonderful, amazing space, teaching our philosophy, Centers for Spiritual Living. And so getting in that space where one or more are gathered, visualizing the abundance and the prosperity, and even if I'm doing it with myself or calling upon a practitioner or just allowing spirit to flow, let me be that vibration and know that all things are taken care of. Now, back in the day when I decided to get divorced, I did not have a lawyer, and I did not set myself up for success. So being a single mom with 4 children, there were times that it's like I might get into a little bit of that scarcity, and that's when I would call upon a practitioner. It's like, I'm not seeing abundance. And we would take a breath and do a beautiful treatment and know. And getting to that space of knowing, goodness continued to flow from expected and unexpected sources. So, so grateful for this philosophy because I'm not sure what I would have done otherwise. So knowing that Spirit is guiding and directing. Ernest Holmes says this in this beautiful book, this thing called You. And I know Lori ordered extra copies. So if you need a copy, see me or see Lori. We are thinking substance. And thinking substance always takes the form of that which it thinks about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best. Therefore, it tends to become the best. It takes the form or character of the best, and it will receive the best. Actually, that was Wallace Wattles. Let me go on. Ernest Holmes says this: we are thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. We are surrounded by, immersed in, and there is a flowing through us, a creative something. Call it what you will. And I want to call that one mind because Wallace Wattles, Ernest Holmes, Emerson, Troward, Socrates, Emma Curtis Hopkins, all saying the same thing, that there's a creative something inside of us growing and flowing. And then when we look at some of the other brilliance in the world, because Ernest Holmes wanted us to stay open at the top, and there's more things that we keep discovering. So as we keep learning and keep discovering, not only in ourselves, but in the world, these different patterns that are happening, it's like, what is my pattern of thought? And could I change it? You know, we always say, change your thinking, change your life. Simple, not easy. Because we already have these thoughts. And then we have our belief system, and then we find all the evidence to support it. Because we like to be right. Who likes to be right in here? Yeah! So if I already have a belief system about someone, could I change that belief system? Could I make it more serving for me or for them? I remember when my youngest brother had a belief system. This is my little brother, and I'm always guiding and directing. And one day he said, I need to stop you right there. I am a grown-up now. I've changed. I know a lot. And I've seen the brilliance in him. It's like, oh yeah, we forget. They've grown up too. And all the people in our lives that maybe we haven't seen for a while, or maybe we just saw yesterday, what is the new experience that they have today? Who are you today? And the same thing with the mirror. Who are you today? Are you one that's allowing good? Are you one that's loving yourself? Are you one that's forgiving yourself? Or maybe you've done something in your life that seems so bad that I can't even forgive it. Or are you dragging around, I can't forgive my parents? Ugh. Let that go. Because those are things that are not serving our mind, serving our body, serving anything. Let me let that go. Let me be the place where love is. Let me stand in that grace, that love, that goodness, and allow the good to flow. Let me be like the Buddha who sits under the Bodhi tree and just emanates love to everyone and everything in my life. And let me focus on the things that are going to work for me. was reading stuff, Steve Jobs, who from Apple, one of the founders, he always said, you can connect the dots going backwards. I can see why maybe this happened and this happened and this happened. It's like the synchronicity of life. It's challenging to connect them going forward because I can say, here's my goal over here and here's how I'm going to get there. And yet Spirit comes in and says, there's an easier, softer, gentler way. Or maybe I need to learn some things along the way because there's certain tools that I need. Our spiritual tools to get us to the next level. Steve Jobs said you can connect the dots going backwards and understand, oh, here's why this happened, here's why that happened, and here's why that happened. And he talks about when he dropped out of college and he ended up taking a class on calligraphy, which gave us the beautiful different fonts that we have now when we use computers. Otherwise, it was just, Times New Roman. And I am so grateful for so many of the fonts that we have. Anyway, Steve Jobs says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's dream. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Trust your intuition. Intuition. Go inside. That inner knower that just knows, that's guiding and directing. And it's like, all right, Spirit, God, energy, whatever you want to call it, universal power, what wants to be birthed through me? What wants to happen through me? What is my creative expression? Or what is mine to do? And then listen to that. And then trust your intuition. Trust it. That says, go this way, even though somebody else might say, go that way. Or no, you can't do that because it's going to be too hard. Trust it. Love it. Embrace it. Which means that we get to go into the silence. And I don't know about any of you, but sometimes just being in the silence, I'm like, oh my God, could I have somebody to talk to? Could I have some conversation? And we can have that conversation inside of us. I'm like, where is my quote on? Well, I'll just talk about it because I don't have one of the quotes I was thinking I had here. But Ernest Holmes talks about the veil between is very thin, the veil between spirit and life force. And that spirit, that God energy is guiding and directing us all the time. So listen to the whispers of the universe that are saying, you deserve, allow the good, be happy, express who you are, be committed to your own dreams, and trust that the universe is bringing them to the fastest, easiest way possible. So my knowingness for each and every person here is that there is something that is flowing through you, something ready to move you to the next level. Perfect right here, right now, exactly as you are, and opening up to the goodness that is flowing. So I am knowing that that goodness is flowing, that you are plugged in, charged up, tuned in to that inner knower that just knows that it knows that it knows, each and every step, each and every day. Allow the good, and so it is. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do a quick treatment right here, right now, just because I'm feeling it and seeing it very clearly. So let's go inside our heart of hearts for just a moment. Breathing in the fullness of life. Knowing that there is one mind, one power, one infinite intelligence. Knowing that that goodness, that godness, that energy, that universal love is flowing through every cell in our bodies. That we listen to it, that we trust it, that we trust ourselves, that we love that power within. We trust that power. It's the power of the universe, knowing that we attract other loving, powerful people that love and support our power, that life is good and life is very good, and in great gratitude for each and every person here, knowing everyone is divinely blessed by showing up. I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing all is well. And so it is. And so we get the opportunity for the law of reciprocity, knowing that as we give, we absolutely do receive. As the ushers come forward, do music first?
Father,
Okay.
gratitude before me,
Gratitude
gratitude
behind
behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
And knowing in that gratitude that we are divinely blessed by all we give, all we do, all we receive. Knowing that this center is uplifted by each and every person here, each and every voice. Knowing that there is love and in gratitude. And so it is. And now I'm lost. Okay. It's time for you. I didn't know if the choir was coming up again, so thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Valerie, for your wonderful talk today. And thank you for being our new minister. Let's give her a hand. As a reminder, our practitioner team is here to serve you. Please reach out to one of our experienced licensed practitioners for prayer, especially if you're going through a time and a challenge in your life. They are here to know the truth for you. We have a prayer request box in the garden room that is checked regularly. Our prayer team loves to pray for you and with you. Thank you, practitioners, for your service. You are greatly appreciated. Please join us in the social hall for our potluck celebration and also our LGBTQ+ Conscious Conversations group gathering at 11:30 today. And we'll see you next week as we welcome back guest speaker Reverend Carolyn Flanders for our Valentine's-themed Sunday. All is well, life is good, and we are truly blessed. Have a great week, everyone. Let's all join up in a circle to do the peace song, followed by hugs and handshakes for those who would like to join in.
Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal. I can do anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do anything.